People copying me over there. How y'all doing? Hope everyone's doing well. Let's bring up the chat here. Just updated Zoom. Hope it's not lagging anymore. It shouldn't. It's mostly to do with the internet connection. Let's see here. So we got Zoom coming in. We got, I think we got the stream coming on as well.
No YouTube.
Yeah, it's gonna come up. We will start to come up now. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Lovely to see everyone here again. Just by looking at pound yen, actually I was looking at pound yen. I was actually trying to take a sell on pound yen, but that right here. All right, let's remove all analysis. Obviously, we're going to do some fresh analysis over here. We got half an hour left till pre-London, and looks like so far, since yesterday, New York afternoon, we've just been ranging. We had some moves in the Asian, just a little bit, not really something we could have said it's worthwhile for price to correct this move down from yesterday, but mostly we've just been ranging. So looking on the daily time frame, it does seem like that the daily candle can potentially continue moving down based on the fact that, okay, now if we've made a wick on the top, right, and if we do break the low, the previous daily low, I think there's a high probability for price to continue down to at least 151.400, which is like 30 pips away. And if there's more volume, since it's Tuesday, we could continue further down, right? Looking on the 4-hour, we do see we've been ranging for the past 3 4-hour candles. So the more it consolidates, well, the longer it consolidates, the bigger the breakout, right? So all we got to do is catch that breakout. Well, all I got to do is to catch that breakout. I forgot there's no way. So looking on the 1-hour time frame, we are coming down as well. But, you know, these rejections is kind of what, like, you know, keeps me away from trying to sell it where price is at right now. So let's bring this up here a little bit. Let's take a look at the 30-minute time frame. 30-minute time frame is also creating a very strong support over here. So yeah, I think 151.670 to be precise is going to be a very strong support, because if we rejected here at the before Asian Open yesterday, right after market close, and if we're rejecting here again, you know, we're just in the range at this point. And if we measure this range, this is a 21 pip range. Nothing to do in this range at all. Absolutely nothing to do. We also got to remember that we have interest rates for the pound on Thursday. So if we start to think that, okay, pound may start ranging till interest rates, I think it's going to be a very long time. So, but I mean, if you do break below 151.660, I think there's a very high probability we can continue down to fill this wick to the left hand side, around 12 pips away, and then with further volume, we can continue this bearish momentum coming down into this 151.400 rejection area. So we'll have to see when do we break below. Let's take a look at this chart. Daddy's iPad. Someone's using there. Oh, Daddy's iPad. Sell. This is a pre-London textbook example of break and close below when to sell based on the pound yen 30-minute. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd be a little bit cautious, you know, because we're still rejecting the support. So unless this new 30-minute candle breaks the low right over here, breaks the low right here around, you know, I think this is 151.660, then we can say that, okay, the volume from pre-London can push price further down. So unless that low doesn't get broken, not really looking into selling that. What's this? Gold 1-hour time frame. No wick, waiting for candle to close below support. Looks good. Looks pretty good. We also got to remember that we have ADP on Wednesday and we got NFP on Friday. So just by looking at gold, we're just ranging at this point. We're ranging in the same range we were ranging yesterday, you know, more or less. So let's do some fresh analysis here either way. And I'm going to keep an eye on pound yen here at 151.660. Looking at the daily, previous daily candle close like a doji candle, huge rejection to both sides. So this basically means whenever you have a candle that's closing like a small body candle, like a doji candle, that basically means there was like nothing happened at that time. Because look, the daily candle opened around 13.60, right? It closed at 18.13.40. So this was a write-off. That whole day was a write-off. Even though you had small moves, but overall it was just a write-off, right? Now looking on this 4-hour time frame, we have two target areas at this point. We have a buying target area at 18.18 and we got a selling target area at 1806, right? Currently, just by looking at the 4-hour time frame, we're not sure where it's going to go, right? Because if you look at the candles, obviously they're making lower lows and lower highs, but you know, we got a bullish candle closing on the 4-hour, which may mean there may be some sort of a support area here for price to continue moving up to 1818. So now we got to take a look at both biases here based on the 1-hour time frame, see what's going on. So first of all, we have the support at this point. Secondly, we have this resistance. And the reason why I marked this resistance rather than at 1811, 1812, 40 is because above this area, we have clean candles going all the way up to 1816. That's the biggest reason why I marked this off. So this is like 26 pips away with volume, 38 pips away, 1817. So, you know, just by looking at the 30-minute time frame as well, now we got some more consolidation happening here. So, yeah, price action on gold is not favorable at all unless we break below 1809. So, got to be really cautious about that. Let's take a look at this chart by Vivek. This is gold. Buys above 1813, sells below 1809. Yeah, something I'm looking at it as well. But if we do break below, like, you know, 1809, we would want a lot of volume in the market because, you know, we had rejections here previously at NYSE yesterday, right? You look at the time, it's like 9:30 a.m. Eastern, so that's NYSE. If we had rejections over here, we would need a lot of volume for price to break below 1809. Let's take a look at Forex Factory here, see what's going on today. Not really much, to be honest. Why use small time frame? We'll get to that here soon. So Tuesday, nothing happening. We got Euro news, some USD. I mean, should be pretty clean, easy day. Like, you know, we basically count on the volume coming in from the sessions to move price. If you look at a buying perspective on pound yen, this is what we got right here. Well, this is what I got right here. 151. I'd say like above 151.900. You know, so obviously something like yesterday can also happen as well, where we broke below 152.700. Potential buys above 151.900. There we go. There we go. Hey, sometimes I have a miss entry in 15-minute, but I'm still waiting for 30-minute. It's a break and go to target area. How validate to lower time frame? How to validate the lower time frame? So that basically happens all the time, right? When you're looking at a high volume pair like gold or pound yen, sometimes what's going to happen is that you'll be waiting for the candle to close after the 30-minute candle, 1-hour time frame candle, and price will just move. You know, at that time, you've obviously missed the trade, but price moved to where you wanted it to go. So I think the best thing to do at that time is to look at the 15-minute or the 5-minute and try to explain to yourself how you could have gotten that trade. That's what you got to do. You got to try to explain it to yourself, because if you can explain it to yourself, you're going to explain it to yourself in the most simplest form. And then you're going to say, okay, like, you know what, I'm going to wait for it to happen again. And if that happens again, then I might be able to take like a small risk, right? Small risk. And then slowly, the more you see it, the better your risk gets at that point. Can you do analysis on LTC USD? I think you need to send a chart on Litecoin USD. I've never seen that chart. So when you say with volume, if it break now, you would not do an impulse entry unless it breaks at London Open. Volume means the times when there's going to be volume, right? So we're starting to stream at like 1:30 a.m. Eastern, an hour and a half before London Open, which means this is the time where pre-London volume kicks in. I mean, it may kick in, right? So we got brackets of volume. One, we got pre-London, we got London Open, then we got pre-New York, and then we got New York Open. If there's no volume at pre-London, then there's going to be volume at London Open, right? If there's no volume at London Open, it's going to be at pre-NY. So these are like brackets when we have volume. So at 1:30 a.m. Eastern till, like, you know, London Open, there could be some volume in pound yen and we could break out this range. You know, this is a very strong range. So the stronger the range, the bigger the breakout. And we've seen that happen over and over again on pound yen. So we shall see. I recently buy Magic Keys, but I'm not sure what's its battery capacity and how much duration I will charge the key. Honestly, I've had this one for about 4 months. I charged it when I got it, and I've lost the cable and it's still running. Now I'm using my phone cable, but like, you know, the cable that came with it, I lost it, but it's still running. It's been 4 months. Raja, I opened a $25,000 FTM account. What lot size advices you give me? I don't know. Depends on your risk. Depends on how much you're trying to risk. If you're trying to risk 1%, it's going to be 2.5 lots. Trying to risk, like, you know, I mean, you got to identify what your risk is. Time in Pakistan is 10:40 a.m. So it's perfect time. 10:40 a.m. I destroy my $300 account and then find you last week. Please give one advice. Well, don't overtrade. Don't overtrade and don't over risk, and you're going to be fine. I thought MKs used AA batteries. No, the older version used batteries. This one has no batteries. I checked the leaderboard and noticed on social accounts you can set risk, but not when copying Pam. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. But you can set risk when you're copying somebody, right? So if you're copying somebody, then you can just say that, okay, how much risk you want it to be copied, and you can also set the dollar amount where you want the system to unsubscribe to that master account. Let's say if your account is a $500 account and you set the dollar amount to 300, when your account gets to 300, it will automatically unsubscribe to the master account. You know, because in the past, I don't know, like if you can lose a lot of money because the master account just went AWOL and just started overtrading, then you still be safe. I've lost 10 trades in a row. My confidence is super low. Trades that I'm disciplined in and don't take, they hit TP. Trades that I end up taking and still disciplined, I lose them. Trades that I'm disciplined in and don't take. Well, I think then you gotta really focus on the trades you because here's the thing. It's a little bit of a psychological issue, right? Whenever you see a trade opportunity playing out, you're saying, okay, hold on. No trade, zone. No trade, zone. So whenever you see an opportunity playing out, there's a bit of a hesitation, right? There's a bit of a hesitation that's like, I know it's gonna go, I know it's gonna move. Should I enter here or should I not execute here, right? So that hesitation, you got to get over that hesitation. If you're hesitant, at any point you're hesitant, just go with a small risk. That's it. And guaranteed 80% of the time, that small risk trade is going to go in profits. Guaranteed, right? Because it's the trades that you miss that go in profits. So if you just don't hesitate and just take the trade, I mean, your confidence is going to go up. That's all what it is, right? It's low confidence. But when you start with a small risk at hesitation, slowly that small risk goes to 50% risk, then 75% risk, then it goes to 100% of what you would have risked initially, right? So just start with small ones. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is the GU chart coming in. GU. GU, so I guess, okay, sells below this area, got a wick to fill over here, buys above this area, TP1, 485 from, oh nice, almost like 25 pips over here, and then moving further up. Yeah, we're just ranging at this point. Ranging on gold, ranging on pound yen. This is 38 pip range. So you can see how the volume is decreasing, right? And the way we can see volume is decreasing, because if you look at the range yesterday on gold, excuse me, yesterday's gold range was about 50 pips, right? Because there's a lot of volume. Now the range is smaller, so there's less volume. Looking at potential buys below 151, I would say like 650, something like that. So we have two biases over here. Potential sells below 151, 650. 151, 650. Will you go back to NY streams? No. No, that's going to be very difficult. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here by Farhad Al-Ghazi. Mr. Farhad Al-Ghazi has sent a chart with love and care. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a gold 1 hour chart, waiting for 1 hour candle to close below support. Beautiful. We got enough range for price to move down. If you look on the 1 hour time frame, now we can kind of like adjust it. But like, here's the thing, right? There's a bit of there's these wicks 12, 13 pips away. So, you know, those wicks are like minor supports on the 30-minute time frame. So I would want to see price to close below 1809, 20, 1809 even, for it to continue down to 1806, and then hopefully we can continue further on down. I'd say this is going to be a very, very good target here, 1798, below 1800. Why Dominion Market maximum daily deposit is 3,000 via card payment, so that if someone steals your card, they don't deposit 10,000 or 15,000. That's why. It's for your own safety, man. It's something to do with the banks. I think. Do you play Fortnite? No. When will you be on the leaderboard? I'm going to be on the leaderboard in about 2-3 days, probably next week. But I'm not gonna announce it. You'll have to find it. Because if I can do the hard work, then obviously you can do the hard work as well, right? That's just one time. Will you be hosting a meeting for NFP during an NY session? Yes. Let's see here. If USD closed during London session, why would you trade gold? Just because of London volume? Yes. Yes, historically speaking, we have seen a lot of volume coming in on gold at London session, so I think it's going to be a very good idea to focus on gold as well. What will your fees be? Probably 15%. Waiting for around London Open, and we got a big announcement to make. Oh. Let's see here. Let's see here. What's the leaderboard? Sorry, it's been a minute since I've been in the gulag. Leaderboard is an investment opportunity on Dominion Markets. Let's see here. Will you be permanently staying in your country? Yes. Yes, this is going to be my home base from now on. Pakistan, man, trust me. I'm here and I'm so content. I'm so confident over here. It's just I'm at peace. I'm at peace, you know. There's no one calling me asking me if I'm in quarantine. There's no problems. I can just do anything, everything. It's just crazy. The level of mental peace, it's just amazing. What's this? Waiting for an impulse. If you break the low, that's good. Waiting for price to come down to fill this wick over here. We're also rejecting these areas here as well. I think at the same time, you can also say that there has been some sort of a resistance here. If we break this area, then we can go up. You know, so you gotta plan for both biases. Your yesterday's profit, almost like a $100, a full $100. I attacked the market for $100. Yeah. So see right here. This is what I did since August. Total profit was 600 minus commission, $118 I took from the market. So thankful for that. So thankful for that. $118, man. Can you imagine a job where you can just print $100 in, like, let's say 20 minutes or in 2 hours? $100 in 2 hours, man. That's amazing. If you can do that once, always remember this. This is something I always remembered, right? When I first started trading, I started with a $200 account. Alhamdulillah, now my account is almost at like 500,000. But I started with a $200,000 account. I blew that account in the first 2 weeks, and then I deposited $700, and that $700 I took to $5,500 in about 3 weeks. You know, they know about risk management. They know about lot sizes. Was just like, okay, one lot makes me $100 at 10 pips. Perfect, I want that. So I just did one lots, right? Took that to $5,500, and then a down spell came, and I lost a lot of money and all that. Like, you know, that was due to over trading and over risking. I understood this one thing, that if I could take 700 to 5,500 in, let's say, 3 weeks or a month once. I can probably do that 100,000 different more times. That's something I always knew. If you could do something right once, man, you can do it 1,000 more times. The only thing that increases is confidence, and with confidence, what increases is your risk. That's it, right? I remember my account was at 20,000, and it went to 35,000, and I was still using $2 lots, right? And I was like, well, my account has increased. Why don't I just start using 3.5 or 5? And that was it, because with confidence, your lots increase. When your lots increase, the monetary gain also increases at that point. If I gave you 50,000 done for account management, probably not, because like trading your own money and trading everyone else's money those are like two very, very different things, extremely different things. Because for me to lose 10,000, it might be okay, but for someone else to lose 10,000, it might not be okay. So you always gotta understand your risk. There are a lot of guys who message me, hey man, I give this guy 15,000, 5,000, and I don't know what's going on. He's blown the count, or he's not responding, and I'm like, man, just manage your risk. When you give money, when you ask for money, just manage your risk. Can you show your live cabinet with 500,000? Yeah, for sure. One sec. So we got 2-hour chart on USD CAD. Wait for price to reject this area before going short. I think you'll need to see some sort of a, let's zoom in over here. Yeah, I think you'll need to see some sort of a resistance formed over here. Some sort of a candle confirmations to reject. Okay, so we're still ranging. We got 7 minutes left for London Open. Live cabinet. That's this right here. Total 480. This I use as inspiration all the time. All the time I use this as inspiration. Start from 50. Only withdrew 85 so far. Because the living expenses here are very, very, very low. My accountant here told me, hey man, listen, from outside you can only bring in 50,000. That's it. You can't bring in more, because then the tax bracket is going to go up. So I was like, okay, we'll see. When did you really start to convince yourself that you could make a living off of trading? My first withdrawal. When I did my first big withdrawal, was like $4,000. When that came in, when 4,000 hit my bank account went from 16,000 to 20,000. I was like, holy shit. I was like, man, this is just insane. At that point, I knew that if I can withdraw this once, I can do this over and over and over again. And this goes for everything. Whether you're in the gym lifting weights, whether you're like, trying to grow your account, you're trying to make withdrawals, you're trying to get winning trades, it doesn't go for losing trades, because that's not going to be a good idea. If I can lose the game, I can lose 10 more times. No, man, it's not a good idea. Will you take the trades that you normally take on leaderboard? Yes, it's going to be the same trades. What's the difference between social trade, PAM, and fund manager, MAM? When you're on the leaderboard, let me just show you guys the leaderboard over here. Let's see here. So client area. All right, so I'm gonna log in over here. I'm gonna log in on the other screen. Yeah, pound yen is just ranging over here still. We're waiting for it to break down and move. So when you sign into Dominion markets, trying to see how I cannot show certain things. Okay, so when you sign into Dominion markets, you'll see a PAM section here to the left hand side. You hit the left hand side. Oh, why is the spread so high? Because you're on a standard account. I think you need to open a pro account. So you hit PAM, and then you're going to get to this PAM section right over here, right? So you go to leaderboard, and then this is where you see people, right? This is where you'll see different returns of different accounts, social accounts. You need to open a social account. So when you see these returns, it's up to you whether you want to, like, follow somebody. Like this account right here, in the last 18 days, 125% return. Damn, last 18 days. Let's check out these stats over here. So their fees are 27.7%, and they're paid on weekly, right? So you can see the stats right here. August just started, they're up 11%. Positions taken, profitability losing, so that's something you can sign on to. But when you do make, let's say, an investment account, you need to open a social trading account, and then you can use your payment account to, like this one right here. This, I'm testing some things over here. So this, I open a $500 account, and I'm following this account right here, and so far it's up $19, right? So far it's up $19 at this point. I think this is a algo right here, right? So I can access my risk. I can use my stop limit. Let's say if the account goes down to 350, it's gonna unsubscribe from this thing over here. So if I can go to deposit from here, I can deposit more money if I want. So this is where you can, like, test things. You can follow people. You can see how well they're doing. In the same way, if you think you're a good trader, what you can do is you can open up a master account as social trading, and then you can trade just like how you normally would, and those stats are going to be here on the leaderboard. So if someone comes in, let's say if you have $1,000 account, right? You're trading on $1,000 account, and someone comes in with 100,000, and they say, okay, like, what, this guy's doing well, and I'm going to follow this guy with 100,000. Now you're going to get paid based on the percentage they make, right? Because, like, that's your fee. So if you make 10% on your $1,000 account, that's $1,000 on a $100,000 account, right? So then you get, like, well, you understand, right? Like, it's not hard to understand the math. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is silver. Raja, what do you think about this idea? 4-hour close below support, clean candles to the left. I think the only thing you gotta be cautious about is this area right here, because there was a rejection here, even though we have clean candles, but this area may reject, so you gotta be cautious about that as well. But before, like, someone goes all in on one of the leaderboard accounts, you need to really manage risk. One investment account can follow other master accounts, but then you need to keep your margin in mind too, because let's say if this account opens a lot of positions and this one does the same thing, then will you have enough margin in your account, to cover all those? So, all right, let's take a look at this over here. This is GBP AUD. We did fall with the AUD news, waiting for price to break down. I think it's better for it to create like because essentially we just created a low, right? We created a low. It's better to wait for price to retrace a little bit, create like a minor resistance, and then continue down. So this 1 hour candle is about to close over here. What my strategy with the leaderboard account is going to be, like, open up different accounts, $2,000 accounts, and just follow maybe four or five accounts here. That's it. Because that way I'm not putting all eggs in one basket. Just like, 2,000 here, 2,000 here, 2,000 there, so different returns from different account, and all those returns, they go to your payment account. So this account has, like, whatever that is right here, 29,000. All right, so we're about to break below 151,660. New hour candle is about to start. Looks like this candle is going to close without a wick at the bottom. I would essentially want the next candle to wick up first and then continue down. Or if it just drops down, oh yeah, see, just like that. Want it to wick up first. If it wicks up maybe a little bit more, then probably can take a sell for price to continue bearish. I think that's going to be a better idea, because this is still in the first few seconds of this candle, right? I don't want to take any impulse positions at this point. So want it to wick up for the first, maybe let's say 5 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever, and then look to see if we can continue down, because the 30-minute candle closed like a weaker bearish candle. Or would want to see, I mean, if it continues down without staying bullish for the first 5-10 minutes, and if we break below, let's say 151,630, then I may want to take an impulse entry right there at 151,630, right? because this is essentially still a rejection zone. Price can still reject in this area, so I have to be cautious about that. Yeah, I gotta be a little bit cautious about that. I'm a very, very, very patient man, trust me. Even if I miss the move, it's not gonna affect me a little bit at all. How much percentage? I think it's going to be 15%. If the previous candle has no wick, you said that there's no range for the next candle. Exactly. Right? So which is why I'm kind of like waiting at this point. If the investment account opens 5 lot, does your account open? It's managed. Let's say if you're following someone who's opening 2 lots on $2,000, and if you have $200, then that's going to open 0.2. It's directly proportional, like the risk. So you see right here, this is still nothing at this point. This is why you got to be very, very, very patient at the hour open. Watching during work from Germany. Salam Habibi. Walaikum salam. Thank you for coming in. Can you give us some music in the Zoom? Yeah, sure. Let me give you some music over here. There we go. Alright, yeah, nothing's happening. Gold is also ranging. Nothing's going on. Are you putting your account on investment accounts? Yeah, probably. How does your MT5 look? I can't stretch it down. The best way to stretch it down is to right click, go to properties, and then in the common tab, you're going to see scale fix, which is going to look something like this. You hit scale fix, and then this way you can stretch your MT5 down. A lot of buying pressure. Last 3 30-minute candles are creating top wicks and not going down more. Yeah, exactly. They're not. They're not heading down. They're rejecting 151.660 here. Plus, also this is a no trade range. You know, so we're looking at possible buys about 151.900, or definitely sells below. Like, you know, if we start breaking down now, if we can say that the 4-hour candle is creating a top wick, because essentially 4 hours is just ranging here. If you want to withdraw 500,000, can you do that right now? Yes. It's going to come as crypto payments. Your account on the leaderboard should be small capital boss, otherwise the copied account can't manage the risk the same way. They can, you know, because the risk is going to be proportional. Obviously, it's going to be proportional risk. Does anybody have a lagging MT5? My chart isn't updating in real time. I have to refresh. If that's a demo account, then there's an issue for that, right? But other than that, I think you'll have to contact. Does the screen look odd for everyone? Blurry and strange colors? Probably not. Let's take a look at gold. Gold is still ranging. Let's bring up GU. Let's take a look at GU. Ooh, GU is going the opposite direction over here. GU is trying to head bullish. 30-minute time frame, 1 hour time frame. Yeah, seems like we are trying to move bullish. I think 30 minutes is going to be much better. Adjust it based on the 30-minute. Let's take a look on the 15-minute. Yeah, this looks much better. Let's see how big this range is till this area. 10 pips, not enough range. Not enough range. Let's bring this down a little bit. What broker do you recommend for a newbie? I mean, broker with tight spread. I think IC Markets is pretty good. IC Markets. I've been with IC Markets for a long time, but sadly they stopped working in Canada, so we had to leave. We had to depart. Let's see here. All right, we're coming down now slowly. Once we start breaking its own low, I think that's going to be the opportunity for price to continue bearish. Continue bearish. Is our target 151,500? My target is around 151,540, 560. That's where I'm looking for price to continue on to. but I'm being very, very, very patient with this because it looks kind of iffy, you know? You know what I'm saying? Just joined last week and finished the psychology trade section. I just want to ask for that reason for the no trade zone. Oh, the reason why it's a no trade zone is because it's just ranging over here. It's like a 20 pip range. It's just ranging over here. 20.5 pip range. Let's see now. Wait, Dominion Markets only pays back in crypto? No, I think you have a selective hearing. I said if I wanted in crypto. Man, you guys need to really open your ears like when things are being said. Hi sir, if you use 30 lots, what will be my lot size for $1,000? I don't know. You'll have to do the maths. It's proportional. Will your stop loss be on a 15-minute? Yes. If we do break below this area here, 151, let's say 650, hypothetical number, stop is going to be like 9 pips, 9.8 pips, and then price will continue moving bearish. We can get to 530 with volume. I think we can continue down to 151, 410. Gold is still arranging. GU is trying to break up over here. I don't trade GU, but this is still a very, very small range. Very, very difficult. How do I join your mentorship? I don't know. It's going to be very difficult for you to join. All right, let's see here. Let's take a look at the Chinese indicator. Chinese indicator is saying yen is strong, pound is strong, USD is whatever. Yeah, this is not working here today. The Chinese indicator. We're just in a very, very bad range. What's life in Pakistan? Is it safe? No, man. Had 4 blasts here this morning, and the Taliban's came to our doors. We're like, no, we're good, we're good. Then it went away, and then we had to like constantly be on the lookout to see no one comes in. You know, of course it's safe, man. What do you mean? It's safe. I'm not living in a like, people think there's like bombs going off and people running around with Kalashnikovs and AK-47s. No, bro, it's very, very safe. It's like depends where you go, you know. Like if you're in the US and you go to places where you know you shouldn't go, like if you let's say go to the south of Chicago, of course it's not going to be safe, you know. Like you go to south side Chicago, you mean that's a bad idea. You know, so it depends on where you go, where you live. I mean, in Pakistan, obviously, some places, someone from the West, they wouldn't go. You know, not even as an adventure. Like that's a no-no. But those places are like far, far, far away. Are you planning to put your account in the leaderboard until you stop trading, or is it to make some money then stop? I don't know. I haven't really decided. I mean, if it's going to be on the leaderboard, it's probably going to be there to show off if I do well, but if I don't do well, then that's just going to be a big embarrassment. So it's still going to go on. Is your hair transplant a good result? Absolutely. Absolutely. Look at this. Look at this. Amazing. Amazing outcome over here. Can't even tell. Amazing outcome. Went to a barber and the barber was cutting my hair and he's like, hey man, did you get a hair transplant? I'm like, yeah. He's like, damn, that's crazy. Because most people he sees, he's like, theirs suck. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Pakistani genes. But no, I have really thick hair. So I think that's why it helped a little bit. Was watching some videos on YouTube in Pakistan, saw a lot of men in public, lots of men working in supermarkets, banks. I was wondering what type of work do women do? Believe it or not, now we do have women working in supermarkets as like cashiers, as stockers, but you're right, mostly here you just see men. Like people message me saying, hey bro, in your stories we only see men. Where's the women at? Like, you don't just see them outside. It's a different culture. Let's see here. Just put a small fee on leaderboard. It's going to do well for sure. Right. If you think Pakistan is not safe, come to South Africa. Yeah, just ranging here now. One trade, one loss. This is what I find hard. Only chance I could cut loss short was the 15-minute broke the high. Now if my next win secured 80%, I will still be in. What do you suggest? Because I still don't want to overtrade. So what was your trade? What mistake did you make? That's what you got to see. A good cut loss was as a 15-minute broke the high. Yeah, I have no idea what trade you're talking about. You have to send a chart. As the low was broken on GJ, yeah, so that low was broken very, very early, right? And that's a risk you're taking. Because if that low was broken extremely early, then there's a very high probability, price may reject or may go back in the range. So that's why I was waiting, because this whole area is a rejection area ideally, like 151, 630, all this area right here. So there are certain rules you make as you go along, right? And one of those rules for me is that if we break the low in the first 2-3 minutes, and if there's a rejection area to the left hand side, I would then rather wait for price to break that low and then take an impulse entry. Because as price comes in this vicinity right here, there's a chance it can reject, because previously price rejected this area here as well. So I'm thinking if it's breaking the low, I'd rather want it to push below this area to continue further down, because it can still reject, come down and reject back up. This is something what I've seen by just looking at my losses, and those losses were always in the first few minutes of the price breaking the low or breaking the high, and there's been a rejection area. Would you rather be a roughneck or a Forex trader? 100% it's going to be a Forex trader, because I can work less and make more. And that's what it's all about, at the end of the day. I mean, we all try to either work the same and make more, or we try to work less and make more. That's why you have CEOs, you have a board of governors who are on the top, you have directors. I mean, some put in long hours, but then they get benefits and all this stuff too. So it depends on how you view yourself in the next, 5 years, 6 years, where you want to be in whatever field you're in. Some people are good salesmen. They want to be sales managers so they can get commissions from sales, and then sales directors, executives, whatever the case is. It all depends on where you see yourself as a goal. My views on gold is we're just in a range. Waiting for price to break above 1813 or waiting for it to break below 1808. Don't lie to yourself, CEOs. Put in the work too. Yeah, exactly, they do. That's what I said. Some put in long hours. Do you have McDonald's in Pakistan? Yes. McDonald's in Pakistan is like, oh, there we go. It's time to come down over here. Is almost like a luxury food. It's not like a fast food where everyone can go. It's like you need to afford McDonald's here to go to McDonald's. You can't just, because it's kind of expensive over here. GJ has dropped. Negative. It has not dropped. It's just coming into a rejection area. GJ has dropped. How do you suggest I can end up in profits without over risking now? Though if I risk the same amount and close 80%, 10 pips, I'll still be in a loss for the day. Then it's just going to be break even at that point, or if you don't close 80%, I don't know how much you risk. What was the outcome of your first trade? I mean, that's very, I just don't have those stats, So probably send a chart and we can take a look at that later on. When the trade is a loss, you always say that what mistake you do, but sometimes you just say it was just the probabilities. It was just the probabilities, because sometimes the winning trade, yeah, sometimes, when you lose a trade, it's a probability of the trade not working out, right? Let's say, for example, if this candle does come down and breaks below these wicks here to the left hand side, and I take a sell, and then there's a high probability, because now we're in a high volume time for price to continue down to fill this wick and then to the bottom zone. And if we don't do that, if price reverses and goes up, then that's just a probability of price not, of the trend not working out at that time. That's what it's going to be. But if those are concrete visual mistakes you're making, then you're like, okay, you know what, I'm making a mistake and need to address that. So we don't look at the body as an issue to run into, considering those wicks are below the target. Yes, I would say, like, below this area would still be pretty good, around 151, 620. I've lost 7,000. It's so hard now to trade 0.2 when you want that back. That's the game we play. Like, the one thing, when I lost a huge amount, or when I was in a visual financial drawdown, it was very hard to forget that, because when you're trading, you always got to forget what you've lost, because if you keep that in mind, then there's going to be a sense of urgency coming in. And this goes for everyone out there who's in a financial drawdown right now just because of trading, or they lent money to somebody, or like, they had bills or whatever that was. Like, if you constantly think about where you want to be based on what you've lost in the past, there will be some sort of over trading, some sort of anxiety, some sort of stress connected to your current trading environment. So you need to really disconnect from that. You need to focus on the now. You need to focus on that, okay, can I win a trade today? Because if I can do this today, then maybe 4 months from now, 5 months from now, I'm going to be more confident enough to up my risk, and then automatically the monetary rewards are going to become better, right? But if you keep thinking about, oh, you know what, I need to reach a certain target because I got to pay somebody, or I got to pay a debt, or I got to make up for that loss. And if you do, let's say you have a break-even day, that seems like a loss because you haven't gotten that, that reward that you wanted to get, because that break-even feels like a loss. A minor loss feels like a loss. A minor loss for me is always a win, because that to me says that, okay, what, if I planned on my day starting off with, let's say I'm going to end my day with a $2,000 loss, and if I close my day at like a $500 loss, that's a win for me, because I lost less than what I anticipated to lose. Because if I do win tomorrow, that tomorrow's win is going to be much bigger than what I closed in a loss. So these are psychological games numbers can play, pressure can play. So we have to be very, very mindful of that, especially when we're trading. Can you make your trading view more black because we can see the screen better? There's no we, there's you. This screen's perfect. It can't be more black. It can be, but I like it this way. How to measure the candle movement? I mean, a lot of time I enter position too early and end up managing my risk 50 to 75%, but eventually the price went to my direction. Just wait for the candle to close. That's it. Wait for the candle to close. Like yesterday, we had a move up on pound yen. It was right over here. Price moved up to like 9 pips. It came down to 3 pip profit, and then it moved further up. So all I was doing, I was just waiting for the candle to close. That's it. That's it. But if you are still trying to trade, and if you're in profits and you're closing 70% in profit, or at 5 pip profit, or whatever the case is, and let the rest go, because it's a confidence issue. Soon that really goes away. Let's take a look at this chart over here. This is a rejection. Can reject anytime in the zone. Yes, it can reject anytime in the zone, but we're counting on volume to continue pushing price. Right now, so far, there's nothing happening. Yeah, there's nothing happening at this point so far. The 30-minute candle is about to close as well. So yeah, look at this 15-minute now, man. Closed like a dumbass doji candle over here. I mean, come on, there's no volume. There's been no volume. So whenever there's going to be a break, there's going to be a massive break. It's going to be truly a big break coming up, because we've been ranging for so long. Look, we've been ranging for about 15 hours. This is a 15-hour range. So whenever there's going to be a break, there's going to be a massive break coming up. Always makes a specific price area in your interest zone. Wait for rejection. That's true. I have a $90 account, and I used to learn. I used to just feel how to trade with real money. Should I keep going or use demo account? Just go with that account. The best thing you can do is open a small account and get to understand how it feels to trade live, how it feels to lose live, and how it feels to win live. Get that experience, because the first thing is technical experience. The next thing is live trading experience. because once you get that, and once you're confident on a small account, then obviously then you can, you know, add more money and use more risk and get a much better monetary reward. We have interest rates, yes, on Thursday. It's Tuesday today, so very, very delicate situation. Even on pound yen over here, look at this, delicate situation. Are we going down? Are we rejecting, going down? What's going on? We don't know, so we're waiting. How do you know that a retracement is coming up? By looking at rejections to a left-hand side. Do you make a webinar how to trade with high time frame sometimes? Yes. It's going to be on the 5th September. After the intake is done. So we still got about, 30 days. All right, I'm really looking to sell at this point. 151.640, 151.630. Let's take a look on the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, at this point we got to break below this low. If we can break below this low, previous 15-minute candle, then I think there's a high probability for price to continue bearish. I think that's going to be a very, very good idea. Excellent idea. Do we enter a trade as soon as the candle breaks the low, or do we wait for the candle to close? That's something you have to sit and watch. You have to sit and watch about that, right? Because impulse entries, I'm telling you this right now, impulse entries are very, very risky entries, right? They're very risky entries. It's like selling the low. It's about not waiting for the candle to close. So it goes against all traditional trading sense. So when you're looking at impulse entries, I would say for the first few months, just sit and wait, right? But if you're talking about, waiting for candle to close, that's something you can do right off the bat. Always wait for a candle to close. As you're waiting for candles to close, sometimes price is just going to go. And that's when you start learning about impulse entries. And then you start to see, okay, how often do they happen? How often can you enter those areas? So if you look at gold, we're just breaking in the last 5 minutes here. Why not scalp on the lower time frame and swing on the high time frame to make more profit? I don't know. It takes a lot of... I would say I'm not mentally inclined for that. Sometimes I do let my positions run into swing trades, but I'm not really looking to do swing trades and scalps at the same time. Is the market fluidity your mentorship? Yes. Very dangerous situation at the moment? Yes. Buys are looking better. No, then I beg your pardon, mate. Buys on pound yen? I don't think so. Buys maybe above 151.890 or 151.900, but not right here. I mean, I don't know. They may go up, but then you got this range, right? You got this range. All right, we're coming down here more. Right around here, took a sell on pound yen as we broke below the low of the 15-minute candle. As we broke below the low of the 15-minute candle, you can see right here. Took a sell as we broke below the low of the 15-minute candle. The stops are above this current 30-minute candle, because if we do reject this area and we come up, it's going to be like a 9-pip loss over here. So anticipating it to continue down to fill this wick. I mean, if we fill this wick, that's going to be awesome. Going to close partials in and let the rest run further down. So we'll see how well this plays out at this point. So this was a short position right over here. Stops are above this previous 30-minute candle, expecting price to continue down to fill this wick and then further down. Should be a good trade for the London session. Missed a live stream, felt like I was missing something. That's awesome. Had to make an announcement. I remember that 2 months ago, 3 months ago, I announced there's going to be a like live streams are going to be paid live streams per month. You'll have to pay monthly to access the live streams, but I decided probably not to do that because for me to do paid live streams, that's going to be taking up a job. You know, that's going to be like, oh, guys are paying $30 a month, now I have to do a live stream every day. You know, and that would be like a job. Of course, that's going to be great income. Like, you know, if you get 4,000 people, 2,000 people sign up, they all pay $30 a month. That's great income, but that's like a job. You know, and I was like, nah, not really signed up for that. Because if I want a job, I'd just rather go work for somebody. You know, here, live streams, we can do like, you know, maybe 3 live streams a week, 4 live streams a week. If I'm feeling better, 5 live streams a week, the whole week, no problems. But like when someone starts paying you monthly, then you have a commitment. Then you have a job, you know, and I'm not about that job. You know, it's like Daniel Savage, you know, doing a job every day. If he doesn't goes well, there's a lot of pressure on him. Guy freaks out, you know. So here it's like chilling. What's this? Thank you for Magic Keys. You saved me from blowing accounts. Oh, nice. That's not from Magic Keys. That's about you being disciplined. What is he doing is not freedom. I mean, that's the whole thing, you know. I'm just like, because this morning I was thinking, I can just, if I have something to do in the morning, I can just say, hey guys, no live stream here today. We're going to see you tomorrow, blah, blah. No one sweats anything. It's just perfect fine. But when someone starts paying you, they'll say, hey man, we're paying you to do a live stream. You can't do anything else. Just go do the live stream, bro. What do you mean? What do you mean no live stream? You know, and that's not freedom. What job did you have before trading? We were running a sales agency, and yeah, that's what I did. We were running a sales agency, door-to-door, direct sales company. That's what we were doing. Does this live stream have delay? Yes, the YouTube stream has a delay. So we got the 15-minute candle. We're rejecting 151.570 right over here. Right? So the way I'm going to manage my position right here is going to be, I'm going to go to the 15-minute time frame, and I'm going to bring my stop loss down above this 15-minute candle right here. My initial risk on this trade was about $3,000, you know. So now since the 15-minute candle has broken below the low at this point, oh, this is the wrong one, has broken below the low right here, we're not expecting, well, I'm not expecting the next 15-minute candle to break the previous candle's high. I'm expecting it to kind of like retrace and then continue on moving down. But if we break this high over here, this is where my trade is going to be taken out, and it's going to be a losing trade. Or if this candle comes back to my entry point, I'm going to close 50%, and I'm going to be looking to manage my risk at that point. So managing risk is very important. If you don't manage risk, you're gonna have a bad day. Thank you for your time. Stay blessed. Thank you. Thank you. Therefore, Raja, you're a very well speaker. Thank you. I was never a good speaker, to be honest. I used to stutter a lot. I had a lot of confidence issues for public speaking and all that. But I think all those went away when I started my sales job, because in sales, man, you gotta go knock on someone's door. Hey man, how's it going? And some people are mean, some are rude, some are very inviting. So yeah, that was a pretty good experience. This one guy just straight up opened the door. He's like, I'm busy, F off. I'm like, oh shit, okay, all right, no problem. So pound yen looking good. This looks good. Waiting for buys once we break above, possible sells below here. I think if this is enough range from 802 to 600, this is a 20 pip range. I think that's still pretty good, because we essentially created a low, went up, created resistance, and a high probability to continue down. You know, hopefully. What zodiac sign? I'm a Taurus. Yeah, see gold? Gold is rejecting that area there as well. Let's look at the 5-minute time frame. I think gold sell is going to be way better if we break below 1808. And the 15-minute candle has also closed in pound yen. Look at this. This 15-minute candle closing bearish. Previous one, new one is starting at this point. I made 1%. Thank you. Going to pump in the gym right now. Awesome. Perfect. Let's take a look at this. Okay. I got 7 pips and close everything, feeling tired. Oh, that's okay. Gold may look pretty amazing below this area here, 1808. Smaller range. I would want this to be a little bigger, you know. I'd want it to be at least like 20, 30, 20, 30 pips. Wow, GU is straight rejecting that area there as well. It's in a very tight range here too. 30-minute time frame, breaking below 3.8870. You got like a 10 pip range, not enough range. So we'll see. GJ spreads are wide. For me as well, usually they're like 1.1, 1.2. Today I think we have less volume, which is why the spreads are, well, they're pretty good, 1.3. You know, they're pretty good. Because as the volume increases, the spreads tighten up. You know, you can see that like gold is pretty awesome spreads today. Almost 1 pip spread on gold. Damn, crazy. Oh, nice. Pound yen is trying to move down now. Beautiful. Oh, not yet. way too early. All right, so we're coming down beautifully now, about 8 pips. I'm going to secure around 10 pips over here, almost down to like 151, 520, 530. I'm going to secure. Going to use magic keys to close half and then put stops at break even. We're breaking the low on the 15-minute time frame. We're moving into a high volume time right now, pre-London. Stop is just around 20 pips TP over here. Visually, that's around 400, 450. If the GJ 15-minute candle goes up to 151, 640, can we enter a trade or did I miss the opportunity? I think the opportunity was missed there a little bit. So now you got to look back and see that how could you have entered this position? So nice, man. Side by side, looking great. Looking amazing. Which lot size you used? I used a 30 lot. Did you flip that 50,000 to 500K? Yes. By risking 2%, 1%, 2%. Sometimes at some trades I got really good. I got really amazing trades at times. I struggle to leave runners and I'm on a small account, so runner 20% would be $1 to $2 for 20 to 30 pips. Would I still recommend? I think if you're getting consistent slowly, you can let your runners run. If you're getting consistent, let them run, even though they're smaller ones. You know, see where your profitability is for the next, I would say, month to 2 months. If your profitability is still there, then you can add more money to the account. You know, then your monetary gain is going to be much bigger to keep you motivated. But the first thing is you got to get your profitability there. This is a problem area here, 151, 530. We may reject. So I'm thinking whether to hold this position and close it at break even if it comes up, or let it run. Probably going to let it run. I'm just thinking about how to manage my risk, you know, because if this candle, this 30-minute candle, it rejects and breaks its own high, I'm going to close 30%, 50%. Got to manage risk. Was there a potential in sell on gold? It's very difficult on gold. Very difficult. We got FOMC. Do we have it? No, we got ADP tomorrow. We got NFP tomorrow. So gold may have some weird moves here and there. Why are you closing at break even and not in a little bit profit? Because my entire idea is for price to continue moving down to 151, 400. That's why. That's why I'm willing to let it go. So when it comes up to break its own high, the 30-minute time frame, I'm going to close 50% because Once it breaks its own high, then there's a probability it can continue on moving up, because then it's probably rejecting 151, 550 here. How do you choose lot if you amount? It's to manage risk. It's like, how much are you trying to risk? NFP Friday, not tomorrow. Oh yeah, that's true. ADP tomorrow. So this means that there won't be volume at London Open because price is moving with volume now. No, not really. I mean, there are times of volume. Like if this volume continues up till London Open, then I think London Open is going to continue that volume. That's basically what it means. Can you explain the entry on GJ? Yes, I entered when this 15-minute candle broke the low of the previous 15-minute candle and anticipated volume to continue driving price down. So to view the recap, you can go to YouTube and you can just, scroll back and then take a look where it was done. Yeah, I think 151.500 can be reached with the volume coming in from London Open. See, so right here, it's breaking its own high. So I closed half. So from 30 lot, went down to 15 lots. Right now, when this candle goes past my entry, I'm going to close another 50%. So always managing risk. One more signal, please. Okay. One more signal coming right up here for you. Let me call Trump here. Mr. Trump. Oh, he's not in office anymore. If Trump was here, we would give you signals all day because, Trump moved the market. Yeah, I mean, if we can break below 1808, then probably we can get something. But right now, it is what it is. What's your MT5 settings? Just like it's a default settings. Is that an example of an impulse entry? Yes. I usually use lock like that. What do you think? $1,000, 10 cents, 10,000 one lot, 100,000 10 lots. Yes, that's true. That's what I do as well. That's what I did as well. $1,000, 10 cent lots, $10,000 one lots, 50,000 5 lots. So we're close to 500,000. So 40 to 50 lots. See, as it comes to my entry point, I'm going to close 50% over here as well, because then it has an opportunity to go against me, and I don't want the whole position to go against me. I want like portion of that to go against me. And if it is coming up for a retracement, probably at London Open we can continue on moving down, because the trend is bearish at this point. We look at the daily is bearish. We look at the 4 hour is bearish. We look at but it's probably rejecting right here too, right? So we got to manage risk. Looking on the 1 hour is also bearish. 1 hour still has about 20 minutes left to close. So now the question is it retracing to push down, or is it retracing to leave a wick? But this week is probably going to be a very hard week, because we got all sorts of news. We got ADP, we got interest rates for pound, we got NFP, right? So this week is going to be a tough week when it comes towards volume. So you got to be very mindful of that. And that also means when there's less volume, you're more prone to overtrade and over risk. Got to be careful. If the 4 hour candle breaks its own high, can we be looking for a long position? GJ, yes. I would say maybe looking at buys above 151.900, because if we can break above this area, 151.900, then you got a much more room for price to move up, because you got clean candles here to the left hand side. This trade is in confluence with 4 hour and daily too. Yes, it's just a matter of time at this point. If it's really breaking down, it's just a matter of time when we have that impulsive volume coming to the market to drive price further down to 151.400. Otherwise, I'm just going to be managing my risk. Can't wait for some trending markets so I can see some live examples of break and retests. Yes. It's just dead volume. So wrong. All right, so price is coming up to my entry point here slowly. Gonna get ready to cut another 50%. What's this? This type of trading scares me at the moment. Not comfortable with impulse and continuation. Yes. But if you can manage risk, there's nothing to be afraid of. Absolutely nothing. So you can see right here, we're coming up to my entry point. So I'm gonna close another half. I just closed another half. Price came to my entry point, closed another half. So if I go to my history, you can see started with 30 lots. Right now, the way I closed, secured something, but you know, it's still at 7.5 at this point. This candle is also about to close, so we'll see. We'll see if we can add a position to this because we're creating a minor support on the 5-minute time frame. Minor support right over here. So if we can break this area, then we can continue down. But so far, we're just rejecting, consolidating. Stops are also tightened here a little bit. For one person to win, the other person is losing. Does that make it makruh or haram? Could you share your opinion if you don't mind? It's not like that, because it's like, let's say someone is selling you a remote, right? And if you buy it, then maybe someone else who needed it more than you, he wouldn't be able to access it. He wouldn't be able to access it because you bought it. So it's the same thing. Someone loses and the other one wins. Can you explain why this week will be low volume? Yeah, it's like because we have news, right? Whenever we have high volatile news events like ADP, NFP, interest rates, so market moves a little bit off at that time. You might need a new remote. No, trust me, these are Pakistani remotes. If this country has survived all these threats for the last 50, 60 years, man, trust me, it's not going anywhere. And plus the things it makes, it's not going anywhere. When Raja drops his magic keys, he just takes another from the inventory. I actually have no inventory over here. The operation is all remote. It's a remote operation. Shipping is done remotely now. You know, I've set it up in a way I don't even have to touch the product anymore. It's like, now this is going to be a bad example, but it's like you start off by selling drugs, and then you move up the ladder, and then you become someone where you're not even looking at the product, you're not even touching the product, it's just moving. And that's what we've done with magic keys at the moment. They're just moving now. What's this? Yeah, okay, so let's take a look at pound yen. Yeah, candle's about to close, probably rejecting over here. You close at break even. Does it mean you sometimes slip into a little loss? Yes. Yes, you do slip up in a little bit of a loss at that time. Most trades go in profit, but I closed them in a small loss at break even like yesterday. But the buy, I closed it on break even and it went into profit. How could I fix it? Maybe don't close the whole thing. Close partials. Like my position here, I closed it twice, right? So if you can see these arrows here, so the entry was right here, right? I closed half right over here, and then I closed another half right over here, because as your confidence tries to die down, you're more inclined to close the entire position, and then price goes in your favor and you're like, oh man, shit, like I should have held, price went in my favor, this happens all the time, blah 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 blah, the same crank story all the time. But like when you're closing half, that means you're still in the trade, right? You're not closing the whole thing, because if price goes in your favor, then you can say, okay, like, you know, this trade worked out. I was still in the trade. Now maybe next time I'm going to close partials. And then next time I may want to close less, because there's a higher probability for a trade to go in my favor than to go against me. So the way how I trade, I know there's a high probability for price to go in my favor. So I always let partial positions running. So if I'm having this running over here, I'm also waiting to see if we do break below this low, then how can I add a position to the trade idea. See, the 30-minute candle is rejecting. 15-minute candle also broke the high. So I'm going to close. Look at this lot size. Another half. Managing risk. Always managing risk. So now if I look at this current trade is only like $143 in profit after commissions. But if I do lose this trade, I'm losing $250 out of the 30 lot. That's it. So you manage your risk on the 5-minute candles? No, on the 15-minute. What management indicator you see on your screen? None. There's no management indicator. When will your copy trading be available? Probably in like 2-3 days. Check out GJ in 1-day time. Yes, 1-day time is rejecting. This is why we're being very cautious about this area here. Probably rejecting over here. GU is also ranging. Gold is also ranging. This 15-minute candle is also breaking the high over here. So, you know, very delicate situation. But the bias is bearish on the small time frames, unless this closes back in the range. Does it even bother you that people aren't here to learn and just copy because they are after easy option? Nothing at this time bothers me, you know. Like, everyone's fighting their own battles. If they want to fight their battles by copying somebody, then that's up to them. You know, as long as food is not taken from my table, I'm fine with whatever someone does with the live streams. There were guys in New York who used to send signals off of the live streams, and I was like, oh wow, that's hilarious. Yeah, gold is still in this level over here, 1808. We gotta break this area to continue down. Pound yen is at a 4-hour support, but this 4-hour candle has broken the low over here. It's about to close. We're just counting on the 1-hour time frame. It's about to close in 12 minutes. 30-minute time frame is about to close in 12 minutes. As long as we stay below 151.660, 670, we're still below this rejection area here. So we'll see. We'll see if this is going to be breaking the high to continue back in the range, or will we reject this area to continue on with the momentum at London Open. Thanks for the stream. Every session I learn a little bit more. Oh, nice, amazing, very nice. That's what it's all about. You know, it's not about copying trades. It's not about seeing performance. At the end of the day, it's all about what are you taking away from the live stream, right? What are you learning, and then using that towards your trading later on when you're in your independent time. Would it be a good idea to take a buy if the price closes back in the range? Oh, for fake outs? I don't know. I would definitely wait for price to break above 151.900. I would definitely want to wait for that to break above 151.900. Spanish unemployment news coming up. Interesting. Let's take a look here. Euro USD. My least favorite pair. Euro USD. Never want to trade on Euro USD ever. Hate it. Hate this pair. Whenever someone sends me an analysis with Euro USD, I'm just like, just ignore it. You know, I tell myself to ignore the chart. Let's take a look at Euro USD. 4-hour, 1 hour, 1 hour. Let's do some fresh analysis here. So very simple analysis. You got resistance, and then you got support, and some dumbass rejection over here. Let's see how big this range is. Probably 10 pips, 14 pips. Okay, amazing. Surprisingly, we have a bigger range. And then you got rejection, problems, some support over here. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe buys look way better in your USD. I'm getting anxiety already just by looking at it. So we'll see how that goes. Why not close at BE and then re-enter if it breaks the low again? Exactly like your trade. It's because I still want to stay in the trade, you know, even though it's with a very small risk at this time. I still want to stay in this trade, because if we can break the low over here, then I know that I can add a position to this trade already and not have to pay full commissions for this. Do you think 500 to 1 is too much risk? It's up to you. It's up to you if you think 500 to 1 is a lot of risk for you when it comes to leverage. When it comes to leverage, how do we add positions to current trade? It's like opening up a new position. Still waiting over here for price to break below 151.550, and then I'm going to add a position to this trade. Right here, you see this 15-minute candle, this new one, this needs to go bearish, and then I think with London Open we can continue on moving bearish. And then I'm going to be adding another trade to this already open trade. Oh, nice. Look at that. Look at that move. Want price to do a little somersault below 151.550. What do you think about buys in gold if the 15-minute candle closed bullish? 15-minute candle closed bullish. I don't know, because we had a support at 1809. So I think you would want price to break above 1809. How do we escape commission by adding position to current trade? Honestly, I've never looked at that. I've never looked to how to escape commissions. That's a lot of thinking. That's a lot of mathematics to do. That's a lot of numbering going around, and I've just never ever have I thought about that ever. All I know is if we can break below this area, I'm going to be adding a 15 lot to this trade, and we'll see if we can continue down or not. That's it. Escaping commissions, I've never thought about that. What do you think about smart money concept? I have no idea. What's a dumb money concept? The smart money, this bank levels, institution levels, they don't exist, because banks never turn around and say, hey, dumb traders, these are the trades we're taking at these levels, or hey, retards, this is what we're doing. No, banks never do that. Banks will never ever give out that information. It's just what people have said that, oh, like, looking on the 4-hour, this is a bank level over here, as if their uncle works at RBC or at CIBC and saying, hey guys, this is the level at the bank today. Fuck no, it doesn't happen. That's just the way to sell a concept. That's all what it is. That's just selling a concept, believe it or not. That's all what it is. I don't know any banker who looks at candles and says, hey guys, at this wick, we have a level here today. Or the Bank of America has a level at 1792. I mean, some people eat it all up every day, and some people are like, oh yeah, I know it's whatever. So, whatever you believe at the end of the day, I don't believe that. When did you choose to trade London or pre-London session, not New York? When I moved to my country. When I moved back over here, this is when I realized that if I trade New York session, that's in the afternoon when we have people coming around, people doing things. So, nah, I wasn't busy. Okay, so looking on the 15-minute, it's breaking its own high at this point on the 15-minute time frame. So I'm going to close another half right here. I just closed another half right here. And this is how you manage risk. So far on the 30 lot, I'm in $69 profit. And if now price hits my, this is a great lesson on risk management, to be honest, this trade right here. If price comes up and hits my stop loss, I'm going to be losing $129, and then it's going to look like on the 30 lot, I lost $129. That's even less than the commission you pay on the 30 lot. What's the commission? Yeah, you pay commission like $200 on a 30 lot. So managing risk is equally as important in knowing how to get a winning trade. Will you ever come back to Canada? Probably not. Probably not. Maybe to, I don't know, man. It's because we have to renew our passports, and to renew the passports, we may have to go back to Canada. Damn, man. So much control over there. So much control. Gold analysis, gold is coming back in the range, it seems like. Seems like we're coming back in the range over here. Did you get the vaccine? No, not yet. I haven't gotten the vaccine. No one has asked me to get it. People here, if you go to restaurants, they ask you if you've gotten the vaccine. You can just say yes, and they're like, okay, and then that's it. Would you ever move to Miami? Miami, Florida? Yeah, for sure, 100%. If like, want my family to be there too. The thing about Pakistan is there's so much freedom. You can do so many things without people questioning you. Oh, okay, we're coming back up over here. So at this point, I'm just going to close my entire position. Close full, right? So you can see how many times I closed half, right? Closed half 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times I closed half. So now we look at this right here. Oh, it's probably going to refresh here in a little bit. So total loss was, it was in a loss at this point. I'm not sure why it's not refreshing. Probably going to take a little bit. Went to Miami and saw Lembo Raoul and Daniel Savage. Daniel Savage would just run away. I've met the guy. He's just gonna run away. He's tough online. He's just not tough in person. Can you show your MT5 candle color, please? Let's see here. We got London Open coming up very, very soon. Here's my candle colors on MT5. Let's see here. People saying, why so much hate for that? There's no hate. There's this too much shadiness. Too much shadiness. You gotta understand this one thing, right? He was best friends with another person and they had a falling out, and it was all due to trust. And then he joined Market Fluidity. He was here. He was like, hey man, thank you so much for teaching me and this and that. I helped him with the live streams. I helped him with the softwares to use for the live streams. All that. He started that. Then he got Magic Keys. He loved Magic Keys. And then what happened was then Jeevan, a friend I know from Capital Hungary. Let me show you guys over here. Go to youtube.com. This guy is hands down one of the best fundamental analysis person I know, right? Capital Hungary right here. We still got time for London Open, so we're just going to be a little banter talk. So this channel right here, I'm going to paste this here in the gulag. He made a video on Daniel Savage right over here, and this video he broke down the entire methodology of how signal providers make money, all like the in and outs, everything. And he got mad at that. So when he got mad at that, I posted Jeevan's channel. Hey guys, really good channel, fundamental. He got mad that I'm promoting him because of the video, and then he went out and saying, oh, Magic Keys is this, Magic Keys is that, Raja's this, right? So basically started biting the hand that really helped him, So I was just like, oh, well, I guess his best buddy was right. That's all what it is. GJ is in channel and weekly. Can you check daily? And it's an expanding diagonal. I have no idea what an expanding diagonal is. All I know is that we tried to move down and we're coming back in the range. That's all I know. Now if we can break above 151.900 at London Open, then we can continue moving up. But so far, it's just going to be very, very difficult at this point. We got 20 seconds left. There's absolutely nothing happening in this London session. These are times I wish I was trading New York session because of the overlap in volume. Could you please explain the thought process of not taking buys after this fake out on the 30-minute? I watched the lesson on the database and it seems like it's the perfect as high volume comes in. Yes, I mean, if this candle, this new 30-minute candle starts breaking the high of the previous 30-minute candle, then that fake out would make sense. And then you would expect the volume in London Open to continue driving price up if we break this high right here. And then price should continue moving all the way till 151.880. Tom, you basically talked me into this trade now. You talked me into this trade idea of the fake out for price to move up. Let's see. Yeah, I think once we do break this area, this could be some sort of an opportunity for price to continue bullish because of that potential fake out we had earlier. Can you explain what's a fake out? Yes. So a fake out is when you have a support and price breaks support and then the next candle closes back within the range. Then that means price tried to go down, but it couldn't go down. So if it closes back in the range, then that means there's a high probability for price to continue up in this range. That's what basically a fake out is. So there's always a probability for that to happen. And just as Tom said, I think there's a high probability for that to happen because we're moving in a high volume time at this point. Do you trade fake outs? Sometimes I do trade fake outs, yes. Gold is still ranging over here. Gold is still ranging. Pound yen is still in this area. The 1 hour candle has a high at 151, 738, 740. This fake out, if this is truly a fake out, we should continue all the way up to the top part of this range, 151, 880. Let's see here. London Open, so far no volume coming up. GBP AUD also in this rejection area, making a low for potential price to go down, but seems like it's trying to correct this move that we had from AUD. Raja, good morning, good morning, good morning. Kate, Leonards. Can you show trading view settings? I don't have time right now, but we are seeing it move up over here. Should we sit in the buy or just wait and watch it? Mr. Kasser, but I don't know. Should we take a buy or should we just watch it? I think it depends on your it depends on your confidence. It depends on if you really want to take the trade. Kasser, but coming up direct. Hey bro, should I take a buy or just watch it? That's up to you, because if you take a buy and it's a losing trade, then you're gonna be like, yeah, I don't know, what Raja had me a losing trade. But if it's a winning trade, then it's gonna be like, oh yeah, we're always gonna get winning trades. I mean, I took a position here on the fake out. So these are the kind of calls I get here in Pakistan. Listen to this. In Pashto. First time I got the call, I'm like, what the fuck? Khabar Pashto khabar. I was like, yo, damn shit. Basically, the call is, hey, if you want to make this music as your ringtone, do this or do that. Like, no, my ringtone is fine. All right, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is sell on gold. Oh, 1 hour time frame. Yeah, this looks nice on the 1 hour. Let's take a look at this over here. But so far, small time frame doesn't look nice at all. It just needs to break the low to continue down. Looks like pound yen is moving up over here with London volume. Very nice, very nice. See, I did take a position here on the 30-minute time frame because we came back in the range. Tom talked me into this trade. Tom said, hey man, looks like a fake out. And I looked at it, I looked at the time, I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. But still gonna be making risk management adjustments too if price comes from entry point and so forth and so forth. Your stream extremely entertaining. Oh, thank you, thank you. I got those calls in Thai as well. Based on what I observed in the past, fake out as a high probability working as if it's in a trend. I'm not sure if it's against the trend. I still think, I mean, this is going to be a very good experiment over here too, because there's been a while since I did fake outs. You know, it's been a while since I traded fake outs. So the results have been updated over here for the previous trade. So this was the sell I took, right? So look, with managing risk, lost around $179. No, made $179 with managing risk, right? Managed risk, price went against us, whatever the case is, and it is what it is. Now this one over here, you know, using smaller risk at this point. So not bad for using 60 lots, you know. So managing risk is really, really, really important. Trying to see if I can add a position right here, because we're breaking the 1 hour candle high as well. Is there your account also going to be on the leaderboard service? Yes. Thank you for scamming us with the knowledge. Thank you, no problem. London session, New York session has more volume than London. You will realize that. Yes, I have already realized that. New York session has a lot more volume than London session. Sometimes, you know, it's the opposite too, so we'll see. Gold is still consolidating here in smaller time frames. Hey Rajabai, I'm from Peshawar, Pakistan. How I buy magic keys? Please understand me. I do understand you, Sayyid Atallah Shah. I think you need to purchase it from the Magic Keys website. I think for all the locals here, we may order some sort of an inventory here, so we'll see. How much equity will one should have to actually copy your account? Anything. You can have $100, you can have $1,000, you can have $10,000, whatever you want to have. You can have that, and then basically have it copied over. Let's see here. Pound yen. Oh, nice. We're coming up over here. Pound yen. All right, let's take a look at this chart. Take a look at this chart. This is gold, 15-minute chart. Sell stops below this area, 1808. Looks good. Below 1808. Does look good. Will the lag be fixed in copy trading? Can't really promise anything about lags, because, you know, since it's technically there can be some lag, you know. There can be some sort of lag. Thanks for clarifying the doubts, bro. Appreciate your time. You're welcome. You're welcome. Maybe a retest on yesterday's market gap to continue on the downside. Yeah, we'll see. So far, we have closed back in the range. 30-minute time frame has also closed back in the range. So essentially, it's just ranging over here. Way better buys are at 151,900. Don't get caught up in this fake out. Way better buys are up above this area. Are you Patan? You spoke Pashto a few times before. Yes, sir. Aukana. Zimamor Pakhtunde. Kohat. You know, Kohat is the place. When I get enough commissions, when I get enough commissions to buy magic keys, do I have to email Domain Markets? Yes. You have to email the incentives email, and then you can get it. One really good thing about this is, go to domainmarkets.com, you're going to go to incentives, commissions. And right here you can see, like, you know, if your commissions reach 500, you can enroll in market fluidity. It's not interchangeable. Same thing for magic keys. Reach 65, you get magic keys. Oh, we need to put the email address here. Where to email? I think that's way over here. More info. Is it on more info? No. But yeah, you can do that. That's the point. Are you offering copy trades? No. Morning Raja, do you get free on-screen version if you have the physical version? That's something you gotta talk to Magic Keys about. Send them an email and they will update you for it. How will you manage risk on GJ if the 15-minute breaks its own low? I'm gonna close the entire position and call it a day. But I do believe that if this is a fake out, there's a 70% probability it should continue on to 151.870 and then essentially then break above 151.900. Because if you look on the 4-hour time frame, that's a huge rejection over here. Looking at the daily, we're coming up to a rejection area here as well. Looking at the weekly is whatever, you know. I mean, it's respected the high, respected the low, so we're unsure where weekly candle's gonna go. Who the hell is Dr. Dollar? Dr. Dollar. Let's take a look at this chart. This is GA. Buys on the break over here. Looks good. Buys above this area. Clean candle to the left hand side. Current 30 minutes probably doing a retest. Seems like that as well, because you know, if this was a resistance to go down, we didn't break any lows. We just continued moving up. So could be some probability for price to continue bullish. Can people in South Africa use the mini markets as their broker? Yes. Why are people saying Dr. Dollar? I have no idea what that is. Hey, we're gonna start banning you guys if you keep saying Dr. Dollar. Okay, perfect. Yeah, no idea what Dr. Dollar is. Someone said Dr. Dollar is scammer. Dr. Dollar. Let's take a look here. Dr. Dollar. Dr. Dollar live London session. Oh, Dr. Dollar sent his people over here to do the to get people to come over here. 53 people watching. Man, we are the innovators for the live streams. We innovated live streams back when no one else did live. When I started the live streams, people used to ask me, "Hey man, you're not going to be making any money from YouTube. Why are you doing these live streams?" And I'm like, it's not about the money. It's definitely not about the money. It's not about that at all. It's about just showing off. Basically, that's why we started the live streams, just to show off, like, you know, that, hey, we can do these live streams and we can win trades, guys. Look at this. And then we started winning trades when I first started these live streams. And then 4 or 5 months of doing consistently live streams, then YouTube started paying me for the live streams. I mean, from live streams from YouTube, I get like almost $2,500 to $3,000 a month from YouTube just because I do the live streams. Now, you know, that's after 5 months of doing live streams every day. Then people started to see that, and then they started to do the live streams as well. Then they're like, okay, well, we're going to do the live streams too. And then we're going to start to make money. But then what happens is over time, people lose interest in the live streams and then they just stop. You know, we started with 20 viewers, we went to 50, 100, and then on New York sessions, we used to get like 6,000 viewers, you know. So everything takes time, but some people, like, you know, lose it. Dr. Tuttle. Okay. Magic Keys FAQ. Okay. Yeah, that's the FAQs right there. Sorry if you answered already. Do markets have direct bank deposits and withdrawals? We do have them for US residents and for if you live in Pakistan. So I'm going to be here for another 15 minutes. Looks like 15-minute candle close with a small bullish candle. To be honest, moving into a New York session, I'm going to be looking at buys above 151.900. I took 2 trades. One was a win, one was a loss, you know, like 179.6 for on 30 lots, you know, $46 loss. Total $880 loss over here. No problem. Tough week here too. But honestly, I'm going to be looking for a break above 151.900 moving into New York session later on, because this is just a tough consolidation area. Even if price goes up, I'm still not going to be bothered by it. Number of viewers effect on the amount of YouTube pays. Actually, the amount that YouTube pays, it depends on where people watch you from, right? Because there's the CPM number. I'm not sure how that works, but like if people watch you from the US, UK, Australia, then you get more money per view, you know. But if people watch you from, let's say, developing countries like Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, then you don't get as much. So yeah, I think that's how it works. It's all about buying power at the end of the day. What's this? Your JPY. If price holds resistance, enter sell stops. Yeah, looks good. Or maybe market execution below 129,550 as well for price to continue bearish. Let's take a look over here. Let's take a look at your JPY. Euro JPY. This support was created long time ago. Yeah, I think there's an opportunity over here on Euro JPY. If we break below that area, looking to the left hand side, I think price can continue down towards 129,300. It's like 25 pips away. 22, 25 pips away. Yeah, 24 pips away. Guys are getting excited about gold. You gotta wait. Gold has not broken the high of the 30-minute candle. It hasn't broken, yeah, it hasn't broken the high of the 30-minute candle here. Man, you guys gotta stop getting excited over 4 pip moves. You know, because look, if we break above this high, the next range is like 11 pips away. It's not worth it for gold at all. And then you have like a 16 pip away, and then you have 22 pips away. Does Dominion Markets offer Pakistan withdraw deposits? Yes. Email payments at Dominion Markets about local bank deposits from Pakistan, and we're probably they'll set you up with that. Can I check executions for 50 to 500? Yes. I'm in Australia. Just turned on Raja's stream on all devices. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. But they're probably going to look at the IPs and they'll probably fix that themselves. So. Let's see here. We got a chart coming in by Mr. T. Weedles. Mr. T. Weedles sending a chart. Man, this is a tough London session. Extremely tough London session. Now I'm getting curious about Dr. Dollar. What kind of name is that? It's a pretty good name, Dr. Dollar. Let's see over here. Dr. Dollar. Do we have Dr. Dollar? Oh, we got Dr. Dollar right here. Dr. FX. Live Zoom classes. Beautiful, beautiful. Hey, is this JP's? No, it's not JP Savage. Nice. Pretty good. Got charts over here. It's pretty good, you know. Telegram, lifestyle. Ooh, lifestyle. I always like lifestyle videos and pictures. I always enjoy looking at lifestyle videos and pictures. Pretty nice. Not bad. Quite okay. Oh, yes, sir. Got the yacht party. Got the burrito. Nice screens over there. If these two were the same size of this one, would look way better. People hate when you start seeing progress. Yeah, that happens all the time. Oh, very nice. Look at this. Beautiful. FX Life Capital. Hardest working in front of me. Shit. This come easy. A lot of parties missed. A lot of handouts missed. Then why did you send people on my stream to post about Dr. Dollar? This goes against everything over here. All right, let's go back to the charts over here. Still range. Gold has broken the high. So, I mean, very tough. Very tough. From which country people your live streams are most watching? Most of them are from Australia and the UK. Most of the viewers we get are from Australia and the UK. Looks like your JPY is about to break this low to continue down. Actually, let's take a look at these stats. I'm always interested in these stats over here. Let's see. I have switch account. Let's go to Wix don't lie. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 accounts. I have 4 accounts, 5 accounts. Oh, okay. There we go. Go over here. Go to, where do I go from here? I go to manage videos. Yeah, nothing's happening at this point. Nothing's happening, so we got some time to kill. And then I go to analytics. Go to analytics. Oh, so far we made 1400. Okay. Go to audience. Other channels that your audience watches. Oh, nice. Luke Trades London. Oh man, I know you guys are. Trader Nick. So most of them are from the US, UK, India, and then Canada. We can see more over here. We can see the full stats. UK, duration per views. Pakistan. Pakistan is below India. Come on, Pakis, come up a little bit. From everywhere. That's crazy. What else can we see over? Viewer age. We can see age here as well. So we got 20 to 34 is the biggest population. 65 plus, 0.6%. Oh, crazy. 65 plus. This is amazing. You know, there's still a will to learn, man. 13 to 17.1%, 18 to 24. Nice. 65 plus. Let's see over here. Viewer gender. We have 7.2% females and 9.2% males. There's a huge there's a huge gap over here. What's this? Oh, I don't know what that is. Let's go to revenue source. Estimated revenue. Oh, okay. Pretty cool. Got everything over here. Videos. All right. So videos. Interesting. Can we see? Can we go to? Let's go back to revenue source, and then add. Oh. Nice. This is not so bad. Haven't seen this before. Watch hours, views. This video had the most views. Oh, this is for July. Let's look at lifetime. Look at lifetime. One of my videos has 108,000 views. Nice. Geography. Interesting. So your JPY rejected this area. Gold. Oh, yeah, gold is coming up over here. Better buys on gold are above 1814. You know, we're just ranging over here. Pound yen is also ranging at this point. Okay, let's take a look at this chart over here. This is gold. We'll paper trade this for a few weeks, see how many times it happens. Paper trading new strategy in volume times after engulfing 1 hour candle on gold. Most of the time it retraces at least 10 pips. Very nice. Yeah, I think this is something you can look into. Beautiful. Yeah, like, you know, that's how strategies are developed. When you look at certain things you've seen before, and the more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it, and then over time you start to, like, you know, really see that, okay, like, you know, it's really working. So that's pretty good. Yeah, right now it's just 30-minute candle is also about to close over here. Nothing's happening. I want to see, where can I see? Okay, so if I go to revenue, oh, top earning videos. This is where you can see top earning videos. All right, this is interesting stats over here. Let's see. So this is, okay, let's see what video made the most money over here. Oh wow, this video made $750. This one video, and this was some. I didn't even bother editing this video. You know, I didn't even bother editing video. Look at this. Oh man.
Hi there, Greg Secker here in my trading den. I've been a currency trader now for the last 25 years. I'm
perfect. Now you want. Look at this. This is how it starts. They didn't even bother editing this video.
Is correct.
It's made the most money ever. Yeah, $750. 1830, 1830. I think 1830 is a little far away. 1813 is where I'm going to let it go. After 1813, we can go towards 1816. This is what I'm looking at here today. Even if that happens in a New York session, that's still going to be pretty good. Pound yen also above 151.900. Amazing, amazing, amazing buys. You know, because then we're going to be breaking out of this range, and then we're going to have a massive move till 152.250, or even till 152.100. That's going to be a much easier trade to take. Now someone will come and tell you, oh, you're making money from YouTube. Of course. You got to create separate streams of income. This is a fake out created, clean candle through the left hand side, buys going into NYC sessions. That's perfect. This is what I'm looking at here as well. But to be honest, if we go back to, how do you go back over here? So if we go back, and if we go to, let me close this. Let me show you something really interesting. So this is estimated monthly revenue. Okay, so let's go over here. Let's go towards date. Okay, let's go towards lifetime. So this is when the channel started in 2017, right? We started in 2017, $5, you can see $100, 85, and boom, 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 nothing, nothing, nothing. And then all of a sudden had some bullish spikes over it. Then we went to 447 in August, and then 790, 860, 68, 820, this one, and then we went to 1600. And most I made in a month was 3200, you know, so 23, 23. So it took time. Look, from 2017 till almost 2 years. Almost 2 years, nothing, and then boom. You know, people give up after 4 or 5 months, or they give up after a year and a half or 2 years. All right, look at gold over here. This fake out is playing out very, very nicely here in gold. So now there's a high probability for gold to continue bullish till, you know, 151.880, 151.900. In the list of viewers include Kenya. Yes, Kenya is also there. You mean GJ? Yeah, GJ. Pound yen. Alright guys, I get it. It's GJ. Gulag gets pretty mad. Hey man, it's GJ, not gold. Your JPY. Not breaking down. Coming right up over here. Thanks for everything. Go to sleep. It's 2:30 a.m. Nice, nice. Good night, good night. Have a good night's sleep. Let's see here. Raja, clean buys on GJ above 151.880. Yes, that's what I'm looking at. 151.880. What advice would you give someone on getting funded accounts? The only reason you should get a funding account is if you are profitable on your own accounts, right? If you're profitable on your little accounts, that's the only reason why you should go for funded accounts. That's it. You know, because if you're profitable on your own accounts, then you can apply the same strategy, the same knowledge to the funding account, and then get some gains from that. Most people, like, you know, if you're not profitable on your own account and you go to funded accounts, then it just gets really, really hard at that point. It gets really, really hard. You know, because then you're under pressure. You got to meet certain requirements. Like, you know, 10-day profit, you got to hit a 10% gain. It's just very, very hard at that point. Are you still in this trade? No, I'm in no trades at all. I'm looking at for price to break above 151.900, probably closer to pre-NY, NY open, and that's going to be my only trade I'm going to take. Or if I can get an opportunity above, 151,900, maybe during the next half hour or hour, then probably that's going to be another opportunity for price to really continue bullish. How do you explain others what you do for a living? I don't. I tell them, what I tell them is that we run an online trading academy where we teach people how to manage risk. That's what I tell them. or if I can sense this person is not going to understand what we do, I just tell them, oh yeah, we own leather stores here, and they're like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah. New York streams canceled? Yes. They're not canceled. Some people still do New York streams. We got Manish here. Manish does the New York streams over here, I think. Yeah. He doesn't. Oh, no, he doesn't. There's someone who looks like you who does. Which city are you living in? Retail traders are the small fish. That's true. Impulse entry over 900. Yes. Definitely going to be something that's impulse for price to continue moving bullish. Oh, it's peeling mindset. Yes. Peeling mindset. Gold still consolidating. Oh, your JPY is really moving up over here. So, Tom, we were correct about this fake out over here. Absolutely correct. High probability to continue up. Just took some time. 15-minute retrace a little bit. And this did play out really well. So for someone who's never seen a fake out, this is a good education time for you, where you can look at this and say that okay, how could you have been in this trade? How can you anticipate it happening at next time there as well? So do you understand binary trade? No, I don't understand binary trade. We had the solar people to come in yesterday, and it's been one full day, so I'm not sure if they're going to show up anymore or not. Very strange. One thing I miss in Canada is that people are on time. Here, everyone has their own time. If they tell you they'll be here today, they're probably not going to be here today. They're probably going to be here tomorrow at a random time. What's your relationship with Kerwin and Mac? Still okay. Kerwin is stepbrother, and Mac is our adopted brother. We met him somewhere. All right, we're about to break above 151,900 over here on pound yen. The music goes with this move. The music goes with this move. Above 151,900. Oh, look at that break. Beautiful break over here. There's a strong push on pound yen. Oh, nice. Someone got 22 pips right. We couldn't break down. We're trying to break up, and there's a high probability for price to continue moving bullish. We got clean candles through left hand side. This, I only asked how to make an entry in this. This was not right over here. This was risky to buy above 151,900, but it was way better to anticipate a fake out at this point right here. Anyway, guys, I have to leave. I have to go. We'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And till then, take care and have a great day. Don't overtrade. If you've missed it, wait for this candle to close. Perfect. Wait for this candle to close if you've missed it. So, oh, all right. See ya.
Thank you, boss. Appreciate it.
Bomba shot.